And that's going to be a challenge. You talked about something like this happens, taxes go up. You will see transactions go down.
No doubt.
For a period. And I think then the next thing you'll see go down is home values.
Prices will go down.
Prices will go down.
It'll impact prices, no doubt.
Right.
Without a question. I mean, it may not be dramatic impact, but it will be an impact. There's no doubt about it.
This is Las Vegas Real Estate Now with local real estate expert Harvey Blankfeld.
Rick, I saw this article in the paper, and I want you to comment on this. You and I are both exposed on this issue. The headline is, could Nevada voters change the property tax system? Now, our property tax system has been around for a long, long time. The only change we had was maybe about 15 years ago when they put the caps in.
Right.
Of the 3% per year for owner-occupied and 8% for those that are non-owner occupied. Here's the article. This article was written by McKenna Ross of the RJ, came in last week. And basically what's happening is I'm going to read right from the article. Assembly members voted Assembly Joint Resolution 1 out of committee on Thursday, clearing the first Nevada legislature deadline this session. The effort proposes amending the Nevada Constitution. That's a big step.
Yeah.
They're going to try to amend the Constitution to effectively reset the taxable value of property when it's sold to a new owner. So when we convey, they can reassess, and guess what they're going to use for the assessment? It's going to be the sales price.
Right. Sure.
Right, which is what happens in most states, quite honestly. I believe that's happening in most states, is that when a property conveys, the new sale price is, in fact, the value of the property. That's what's used to calculate the tax. And I understand that, and it makes sense to a certain extent. However, it does make it, there's some interesting elements in here. When I sell my house, my buyer's tax bill is going to be 3 times what mine was, or twice as what mine was.
I'll tell you, my house right now, if I were to sell my house, it's probably worth $500,000. So if you throw that 1% number at it, it's $5,000. I'm not paying $5,000 in taxes. I'm paying $2,200, $2,300 a month.
Right.
Or a year, excuse me.
Yeah.
In that, so that's that's double.
Yeah, you just double that tax.
Just double the tax.
So now, as a person who wants to sell that home, if Rick's thinking, hey, I'm going to sell a home, now your buyer's going to look at that and go, whoa, hey, time out, $5,000 in tax. That's not what I was anticipating.
Right.
And so it becomes a little less attractive. So I get both sides of this concern. I get both sides of this argument. I do, in the sense and we want parity, we want fairness. I don't want the person who's buying a brand new home to have to pay an inordinate amount of tax, but I don't have a choice in the matter. Right. I mean, that's the thing.
Right. You don't. Yeah, I'm sorry. You don't get to make that call.
Well, and I'm not saying the system's broke. Right?
No, it's not broken.
I think there's a little bit of an underlying question that needs to be asked: is why do you want more money?
Right.
Well,
that's the other thing.
What do you need more money for? I mean, people are moving here because it's attractive to live here.
Right.
Weather's great, taxes are low, you have employment, all those factors. But why are we changing it? Is there
a good point.
Is there a big shortage with the state right now? I don't know. I don't look at it that much.
Yeah.
Do they anticipate one down the road? Do they need that much more money? There's other places to get money other than property taxes.
Absolutely. And I think that I'd like to see certain, there are certain protections built into property taxes also for military and other people. They get certain protections, which I think is great, and they deserve it. They should absolutely get that. But I think that and also I think that we also think about people who are retired and not and on a fixed income, and that's a concern. Somebody's owned a home for 20 some years, and all of a sudden they're retired and they're working on a fixed income. You start raising their taxes, boy, that's devastating.
Right.
Because they're not getting more money, they're not getting more income necessarily. That's a problem. It really is a challenge. I understand how it gets brought up, and it was brought up years ago, and it got defeated. It never made it to a vote. So I don't know that our governor is going to let this happen either. I got a feeling the governor is very anti-increased taxes.
I think he ran on lower taxes.
Yeah, I don't think he's going to want to let this happen. So I'm going to appreciate the fact that he's going to backstop this thing and maybe end run it, and it's not going to happen. But it was interesting. It's interesting that the argument comes up. And it's one of the benefits of owning a home in Vegas is the taxes. That's one of the things we like.
100%. And that's going to be a challenge. You talked about something like this happens, taxes go up. You will see transactions go down.
No doubt.
For a period. And I think then the next thing you'll see go down is home values.
Prices will go down.
Prices will go down.
It'll impact prices, no doubt.
Right.
Without a question. I mean, it may not be dramatic impact, but it will be an impact. There's no doubt about it. Because now a buyer's got to come out of pocket a little bit more. That's going to be tough. You may find here's what you may find is that the seller's going to end up picking up that first impound.
They're going to start asking for.
Yeah, the buyer's going to ask for help because I need money to impound my taxes to buy the house. I mean, it's just going to add to the cost of the transaction too. So it's going to be a real challenge. Now, I'm talking about a one-time fee when you first buy the house, but this is an ongoing expense throughout the life of the house. So the life
Well, it
of
goes
that
back to
ownership.
what we've always talked about on the show is what's my payment,
Yeah.
right? So
Yep.
now my payment for the $500,000 house was $3,000. Now it's $3,300.
Yep.
Interest rate's the same. Everything else is the same, but my taxes went up $300 a month.
Yeah. Tough
Yeah.
pill. That's a tough pill to swallow.